So reading down through that list, we've got Antropov from Kazakhstan, Tiubanu from Moldova, Babayan from Russia, Tahiri from the Islamic Republic of Iran, Smidjail from Poland, Ali from Egypt, and Bang from Korea. Looking at the starting weights of a number of these athletes, really got two standouts there with Ali as we see the athletes prepare to enter the gymnasium here. Got the two standouts in terms of the nominated totals, Tahiri from Iran and Ali from Egypt. They will enter the snatch at 160 kilograms. We've got a group of athletes, Bang from Korea, 150. Nija from Poland, 155. Babayan from Russia, 150. And then the back markers, I guess you could call them, Antropov from Kazakhstan and Sibadu from Moldova. Athletes make their way into the stadium now. Only the 7 competitors in this division, but we're starting to get up to see some really heavy weights lifted. We've moved through the lower divisions. And we'll just pause momentarily here while the athletes go through their introductions. And after that, joining me will be Simon Kent, one of the New Zealand coaches and a high performance coach in his native New Zealand.
Representing Russia, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, representing Poland, Pavel Shemir. Representing Egypt, Ahmed Ashur. Representing Republic of Korea, Bong Soon-hyun. These are the athletes in the men's 96-kilo group A section.
So as the athletes leave the platform, we're about 10 minutes away from the resumption.
On as well that our youth lifter here from Russia is potentially just opening up 6 kilos shy of the world standard for youth.
So Antropov, Kazakhstan, his first lift there, 150 kilos. Did that easy. You can slip out the back and just blend into the background there.
He power snatched that, did he?
Yeah.
Well, nice confident opener.
Yeah, well, he looked to be completely untroubled there.
What's this here? Yeah, power snatch. Nice casual 150 power snatch to start your competition with.
Of course, we're starting to get up with these heavier athletes into the really big weights, aren't we?
Yeah, this is getting up there. I mean, the junior world record is high at 180, but still, we're starting to get into big young men who are lifting big weights.
Well, and as you say, Artur Babayan from Russia, he's listed to start at 150. He's only 9 shy of the youth standard. We're with Bang from Korea, 150 kilos, also his first lift. Might need to see the front-on replay there. Get a clearer idea of where he might have gone wrong.
Just that left elbow. Not much in it though.
No. We have seen worse being passed, haven't
We
we?
certainly have, but the referees were very quick. They all pushed the button at the same time, so.
Yeah, just that little opening up of the left elbow. He shouldn't have too much trouble at a second attempt on that weight. And occasionally when we've seen that happen with some of the lifters, they've just almost taken that as a clean lift and moved up, haven't they?
Yeah, and I think with those, with Kazakhstan and Moldova going up like they did, it possibly just caught Bung from Korea off guard a little bit. You know, your plan, you know, the coaches would have looked at the board, they would have counted the attempts until he was up, and they, even though they would have been watching the others warm up, for all of a sudden for them to jump up 5 kilos. In fact, Chibano went up over that. He probably wasn't quite as ready as he could have been. So we'll see him hopefully make the correction.
Well, Chibano's gone up to 153, as has Fabian. So the lift is still with the Korean, 20-year-old Korean. Bung, second attempt at 150 kilos, men's 96 kilogram group A.
No lift, ball 150 kilos. Holders, please, 150 kilos one more time.
So what can he do here? Because he all but had that the first time, didn't he?
Republic of Korea.
Yeah, and that actually probably wasn't. It's just a little bit forward that time.
150 kilos.
And then he's tried to chase it. Still, I mean, it certainly doesn't look heavy. It's now whether he can just relax and keep himself together and make the necessary adjustment to register a snatch. Because he's got a big clean and jerk posted.
Yeah, really has. He's one of the 3 athletes listing at 190 kilos plus, so he really needs to get on the board here to have a chance of sneaking his way into one of the medals in the total.
He's come out nice and early.
150 kilos. Final attempt in the snatch.
Oh no.
Well, that's tough on him, isn't it? Just a really
Ball 150 kilos.
minor infringement on his first lift, and that's got to his head a bit.
Oh, possibly, because he's got worse instead of, it might have been a challenge card situation in hindsight, although they all pressed at the same time, so I don't think it might have made a difference, but we saw that yesterday evening.
Yeah, well, there was a successful challenge, and that looked, in hindsight, a lot scrappier last night, that lift, than
it certainly did.
Than Bong's there.
Well, he's going to have to regroup and try and come out and at the very least perform in the clean and jerk.
Well, we're with Chobandul from Moldova. He's got 153 kilos on the bar here. That's beyond him, so we haven't had an auspicious start to this, have we?
Well, Andre Pop come out and power snatch 150 and all at pretty regulation, but since then it's started to go south.
So he's the young man from Russia. Only 16 years old here. Big lad for 16. I wouldn't like to run into him in the playground.
He's certainly well put together. It's a nice start.
a wide grip, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's a big man.
Good lift. Bobby 153
And
kilos.
doesn't turn 17 until
153 kilos once
next
again.
month.
For the second attempt, representing Moldova, Hugo Chavano.
Fraction forward, but just needed to step forward. He's always pretty much in control.
So Chalbanu, Moldova.
That's better.
Yeah. Little shrug of his shoulders there, as much as if to say, I really don't know what went on wrong the first time.
That's much better.
For the athlete from Russia, Arthur Babayan. This is his second attempt in the snatch. He'll be followed by Chavano at the same weight. Babayan, Russia.
So the replay is well in control of that, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a good strong lift.
Didn't even move his feet.
Representing Moldova, Tudor Chavano. Chavano to be followed by Schmeier.
Well, we're not going to have Chabano here.
No.
I doubt we'll have Smyre either. 155.
No, the Kazakhstan lifter's getting
The Antropov.
There we go. Poland's making a change.
This will be the first attempt.
That's a great shot there. We can see the coaches making a change on the cards.
Yeah, that dash over, that's as fast as that bloke's moved in a couple of hours.
Spain has moved up. 155 kilos stays. Thank you, Lord.
So a lot of movement here, and
Representing Kazakhstan,
after all that up and down,
Russia's Babayan.
it will be Antropov. So the big Kazakh lifter weighing in about as close as you can get in this category, 95.7.
He's the heaviest in the class.
Second lift, first attempt at 155. Antropov from Kazakhstan.
He's doing it easy, this boy.
Yeah, he's been impressive, hasn't he?
Antropov, 155 kilos. Holders, please, another kilo, 156 kilos.
So 156 kilos
This will be the first attempt at Ahmed Ashur.
would bring
Ahmed Ashur.
Ali seems to have dropped his entry weight there if he's going to take this at 156.
Which he is.
So he's come down from 160. Got big shoulders, this boy, hasn't he?
He is.
Big arms proportional to the rest of his body. He looks like what Maradona would look like if he was a weightlifter, doesn't he?
Very solid.
Yeah, he's very, very solid there.
Good lift. Ahmed Ashur, Egypt. Holders, please.
It was a great transfer. It really pulled the bar nice and high, but it was the speed under the bar was fantastic. You'll see here. Gets to the top and then bang, straight underneath it.
It's tucked in behind the ears there, and three white lights from the judges. So
157 kilos.
we've got Antropov. So Babayan, who's still under 16, he's only 2 Ks off the world youth record here if he
Yep.
cleans this. So
Ahmed Ashur next.
So Babayan from Russia, 157 kilos on the bar. Oh,
Well, he certainly looks within his grasp.
Good lift. Babayan, 157 kilos.
I know as soon as we've stated anything with any certainty, it's gone postal on us. But I can't imagine an extra 2 kilos or 3 kilos is beyond him. Can you, after those 2 lifts?
No, and that was better than his first one, I think. So, again, fraction in front, just had to step forward, but I think the 159 is well within his capability.
Yeah, well, he still has one more lift in the competition, and we may well see another world youth record disappear. Saw one on day 3 with the Turk and the boy from Indonesia, Fathia.
Coming lift for lift.
Chabanu 158.
That's a good save.
He's happy with that too.
Good lift, Shimano. Lowers, please. 158 kilos once again.
They'd probably be well pleased with that. Betters the 156 at the European Championships. About 6 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, well, smile. I mean, both him and coach were smiling on their way back to their warm-up platform, so I think they are happy with that, especially after the way he missed his first attempt.
Yeah, he seemed a bit mystified by the first miss, but so that's a good start for Chalbanu. He was 7th in the European Championships with a lift of 156, and he's now .158, but we're with Antropov from 158 as well.
No lift, Antropov, 158 kilos.
So we'll see from the front on replay here just where he went wrong.
He just held his right arm there, he couldn't.
The athlete and coach has played their challenge card. They're requesting a review from the jury. We're in a technical timeout.
Well,
yeah, on that right one.
And he never finished it, so I'm not quite sure what they're challenging.
No, that elbow on both arms must lock out to full extension. This would be a very quick decision, I think, from the jury.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see our first world record attempt of the day from the look of it here. Artur Babayan from Russia.
The challenge has been turned down. The attempt is no lift because of a press out. No lift at 150.
He didn't really get the press out, did he?
Lowers, please. 160
Very much an optimistic challenge.
Artur Babayan, Russia, third attempt. As mentioned before, Babayan is the only youth-aged athlete here.
All right, so our first
World record is successful.
really moment of interest, I guess, in this competition. Only kind of halfway through the snatch, but we've got Artur Babayan. This is a world youth record attempt. Of course, still only 16 years of age, even though he's lifting in this Junior World Championships. Oh, there we've got it. That is a world record.
And he's pretty chuffed.
Yeah.
A new world record, Babayan, good lift.
See, I didn't put the moz on him with that.
No.
Lowers, please, more weight, 161 kilos down.
Well, that was a nice. I mean, each one got a little bit better.
Representing the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Yeah. Nice catch. Just like he's had to do on the others, just a little bit of a step forward.
Poland next.
Yeah, that's a big lift for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that is a very, very big lift, and he is now the world youth record holder at 160 kilograms in the snatch. They're not far off. 185 is registered for the clean and jerk. The world standard's only 195 there.
Yeah.
Iranian lifter, very confident, 161 to hearing. So he enters the competition and automatically goes into first place with that lift. So Schmeier from Poland, he will also attempt 161. Schmeier, Poland, 161 kilos on the bar, his first lift in the men's 96 kilogram snatch. Looks straight at his hands there.
Yeah, I actually remember him from last year's Junior World Championships, where he's opening 11 kilos heavier than what he snatched at that competition. So he's obviously had a good year of training.
Well, and he did complete a snatch of 165 kilos at the European Championships only 5 or 6 weeks ago, so it's coming in good form. So we've got 4 athletes who've finished, 6 lifts remaining. You are currently got the gold medalist Tahiri. This Ahmed from Egypt, 161 kilos. A little pumped up by that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's certainly been impressive.
Still only gives him the silver medal though, this stage.
Yeah, slightly odd decision to not take the extra kilo, but he does have a 200 kilogram clean and jerk posted, so he might not be worrying too much.
Well, yeah, and that's a 20 kilos heavier than Tahiri, who's currently leading the snatch. But now we're with Schmeier from Poland, 161 kilos on the bar, second attempt. Looks at his hands again.
He's in trouble.
No lift. Schmeier, Poland, 161 kilos. Loaders, 161 kilos. One more time. Pavel Schmeier, Poland, final attempt in the snatch. Ahmed Ashur, next at a heavier weight.
So he's executed a nice snatch pull, high pull there.
Yeah, if we can get a closer shot of him sitting down there, we might see he seemed to be examining the hands there.
Yeah, well, they are. Everyone immediately gravitates with a weightlifter to, you know, power through the legs, shoulders, all these sorts of things. But ultimately, it's your hands that hang onto the bar, and if you don't look after them and maintain them, doesn't matter how big and strong you are, if you can't grip the bar properly, it's going to make executing the lifts very difficult.
Well, he's taking his full measure here, and unless he's prepared to, he's really kind of got nowhere to go here with this, has he, other than to take this lift?
Oh, that's it, especially after what he's just done. So he needs to get a good strong grip on this bar, and he hasn't really been close yet.
No, he's shaking his head a bit as he come up, so I hope he stays positive. Schmeier, Poland, third attempt at 161. Just looks too heavy for him, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he's obviously got a problem with that hand too.
He's got inside his own head. You know, he started to worry too much about his hands. You know, We didn't see him warm up, but you can only hope that he executed his last warm up. But it's all gone horribly wrong for him since he's walked out onto the platform.
Well, you wonder whether maybe he didn't actually hurt something or aggravate something, rip off a callus as you've described as being a risk at some point in the warm-up. So I know a lot of these lifters are big, but he's not someone I want to run into in a dark alley when you look at him.
It's not what you look at though, and Andy Ruiz Jr. showed that.
True. So Ali from Egypt. This is his third lift here. This would put him in the gold medal position in the snatch. 165 kilos on the bar.
He's certainly lifted very impressively though. That, again, that fast transfer under the bar and strong catch, and he's put down the gauntlet for the Iranian boy.
You're not that tall for an athlete in this weight class, is he?
Oh, he's a good build. I mean,
he's very strong, but he just, most of the other athletes are a fair bit taller than him.
Yeah, no, he's a nice build, nice and compact. And so his transfer under that bar is very impressive. So this for the gold medal.
Yeah, so we got Tahiri, who's in second place currently. And, you know, the young Russian boy is going to pick up a bronze medal here.
Yes.
Yeah, after both the Pole and the Korean failed to register a lift. So, and he's got to be a real chance here for a overall medal too, but we're with Tahiri.
He's got one more go to try and get the goal.
166 kilos. Others, 166 kilos once again. Representing Islamic Republic of Iran, Ashin Tahani. Third attempt.
So it really opens up that race for the bronze medal here, doesn't it? The failure of both Smaya and Bung to register a total, because you now potentially got the Iranian, the Egyptian 1 and 2, and if the Iranian makes this, he'll be a little bit of distance between that next group, 160, 158, 155.
Yeah, only 5 athletes are going to be competing the total medals.
And we could even see if any of these entry totals are even close to the mark. Antropov is probably going to finish 5th in the snatch. Actually leap right over a few athletes there if he gets anywhere close to that 195.
Well, that's right. We've seen though with previous sessions that the Iranians tend to post a little bit on the low side. So let's see if Tahiri can execute this 166. No. No.
Well, that opens it up even more. So that concludes the snatch in the
we're broadcasting, not the office. We tell the office what to do, not the other way around. Yeah. And you got to tell him that, because otherwise we're going to have to just take stuff and we don't want to give it to him. So, yeah.
So here we go with the first attempt from Smaya from Poland.
That's it.
that'll make him a bit more happy.
Yeah, he'll be well pleased with that one.
He's got one on the board.
Shmaya, Poland, 175 kilos. Covers, please, another kilo, 176 kilos.
Yeah, he's got the potential here to push some of them for the medals with a lift of 190 at the European Championships. So,
Islamic Republic of Iran at a heavier weight.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's quite in that form today, but yeah, things might change quite quickly for him now. He's got that first lift on the board. Start to get a little bit of confidence back.
Floaters, lower weight, please, 180 kilos now.
so we've got 180 here. Got call for Tahiri.
Islamic Republic of Iran. Opening 180
So no
kilos.
foxing from the Iranians here. Just opening up.
Shmaya, next.
Although coach is out, no athlete yet.
No, we haven't even seen an athlete in the
Oh, here he is.
in the
hiding
tunnel.
around the corner
There
there.
he is, yep. So this is Tahiri. He's a silver medalist in the snatch. Take his time, Tahiri. $180 kilos on the bar, his first attempt in the clean and jerk.
That's not a great start.
No weight. Tahadi, 180 kilos.
Not a strong start there, so we have to go back to the drawing board.
Pavel Shmaya.
Probably see Shmaya come out here.
To be followed by Hashim Tahani at the same weight. Shmaya, 180 kilos, attempt number 2.
So we can see what happened here with Tahiri.
Just always going backwards there. Oh,
So Shmaya's had a pretty rough day at the office today. $180 kilos, his second lift in the clean and jerk and first at this weight.
another good lift.
Shake of the head. Let's see what the judges say. Little wobble in the elbows. One of them didn't like it, but the jury's cleared him.
Yeah, I don't see too much wrong with that. He had to work hard, but he got there in the end.
So we've seen the replay. We mightn't be able to pick up any movement in the arms, but
No, I think his shoulder.
well, two of them liked it, and that was all that mattered. You see the front on replay here. It's a clearer indication of what they may have seen.
Second attempt is left for Republic of Iran. Afshin Tahani.
Yeah.
Shmaya, Poland, next.
Hard to see too much wrong with that,
No.
although he did shake his head, didn't he?
Again,
Back
Probably-
live now with Tahiri.
probably not going to make a great poker player, Shmir, if he's carrying on like that.
Yes. He didn't give any reason for them to give it, really. So Tahiri, 180 on the bar. It's his second crack at this.
Much better clean.
much quicker through that, wasn't he?
Majority decision. Good lift.
Yeah, I can only think he was, whether he was slightly rushed or I'm not sure, but technically a little bit off in that clean last time, but he fixed it up nicely.
181 kilos down. The athlete once again.
Well, and we had a split decision there. The referee in the middle here didn't like what she saw, so.
Yeah, I think again, possibly a little bit wobbly, but no obvious press out for me here.
Yeah, you wouldn't say he was a still life there, but it was pretty good. So Schmeier.
Third attempt. To be followed by.
Well, he'll just be looking for a clean 3 out of 3 here, and at least being able to take something from the long plane ride back to Poland.
Yeah, he'll be a bit disappointed with that after a 190 at the European Championships and a 165. Total of 355. He's going to, well, he's not going to post a total here, but certainly a bit short of his best at those championships. Schmeier at 183. Be disappointed to finish like that, but he bows out of the competition with a total of 180 in the clean and jerk, and of course no total overall after those 3 failed attempts in the snatch.
Big jump forward, which is not ideal. He just got hammered in the bottom.
So our young Russian steps up for his first lift in the clean and jerk. Fabian, the youth world record holder in the snatch. First lift in the clean and jerk.
Excellent lift.
Well, if he keeps going like that, he's going to smoke that world record in the clean and jerk, the youth world record. It's 196 kilos, I think, 195. So he's well within striking distance of that record too.
Well, I think of more immediate concern will be there's only 4 others really in contention, so there's. I'll take Tahiri out of it. We'll go with Chibano, Antropov, and obviously Ali to come back in. So I think Fabian will be trying to secure a couple more medals yet.
Well, he's currently in 2nd place. Should actually be in 1st place, I think, currently for the clean and jerk. And currently in 1st place with a total of 346. He's only 4 kilos off the world standard total.
Yep, 350.
So Chibanu, slow start in the snatch, but he's got 189 kilos on the bar here from Moldova. Well, just as he started in the snatch, he starts in the clean and jerk with a bis.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, everything was a nice, strong clean. Everything sort of suggested that he was going to put that jerk away, but for whatever reason.
Just having the side on view here.
Very routine clean. But as I say to the athletes I work with, it's not a clean contest. You've got to put both of them together.
Yeah, and after a very good clean there, he didn't quite do that with the jerk. And he is on the clock here, still at 189. Babayan's actually
gone up to that standard, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's going to have a crack straight at it. I thought he might creep up on it a bit, maybe 190 and then 196, but
they could still come down yet.
He might come down, yeah.
Just like Jerry Simone coach did last night, threw it up there and came down when he needed to.
So we're waiting for Sibanu. He might bump this one up too.
Well, I think he's going to go. The old Spun and Salts will come out.
Slap in the back.
Giordano, second attempt, 189 kilos.
So Chubanu back-to-back lifts. 189 kilos on the bar.
Another strong clean. Now he's in trouble again.
Get that right arm out, could he?
Giordano, 189 kilos.
He's got some decisions to make here. Will he add, although there's no real point adding a kilo.
So we might have only 4 people in line for 3 medals in the overall by the end of this.
Oh.
Because he misses this, he's not going to post a total, and we already know that the Koreans pulled out, and Smeyer from Poland, even though he was successful at 180 kilos in the clean and jerk, he won't have a total to post either. So at the moment we have the young 16-year-old Russian in the lead, Babayan.
Tahiri's been forced into a position where he's taking much more than he needs. Well, let's see if he's up for it.
Well, this will put him in the lead in both the clean and jerk and the total.
He's in trouble now.
A strategic mistake there.
Well, I think so. I mean, he struggled with his opening one and then jumped 9 kilos. There's a bit of blind faith shown there. So ends up with 341.
So he's done and dusted for the day. And Babayan is still ahead of him.
He's going to miss out. If Antropov, oh no, we've still got.
Well, we've got
Chibano,
Antropov and Ali to come in.
Yeah, I think he'll miss out. Assuming that Ali and Antropov both nail their openers.
Well, now this is a big test for Chibano. This will take him into the overall lead and the lead in the clean and jerk and set him up nicely for an overall medal.
No. It's never happening.
So we got 3 lifters who won't register a total now. It's actually back to a field of 4.
Yeah, this is the most.
190 kilos, Arthur Babayan of Russia. This is his second attempt at a finish.
There'll be a few of the competitors in the B session that will be rubbing their hands together because all of a sudden they're going to end up in reasonable positions.
That might well be true, yes.
Yeah, he has come down, the Russian.
No lift, Babayan, 190 kilos. Holders, please, 190
So holding his elbow there. So he's got a bit of a decision to make, hasn't he, when he comes back? As he go for medals or for records? I think he'd have to go for the medals.
Well, I'm not sure he's in a position to improve that. He's got a bronze in the snatch. He's got a bronze in the clean and jerk. It's whether he gets a silver overall or Antropov comes in and can make up that 5 kilo. He'll need to go 6 kilos ahead. It was a strong clean. He just maybe rushed the jerk a little bit, so he could roll the dice. And considering he hasn't got much to lose.
Well, then on the strength of Antropov's opening lift, that's going to put him 9 kilos up on the. So it'll be 4 kilos up on him overall, won't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll come over the top. So
yeah.
I think, here for the sake, either 190 and make Antropov really have to work and come 10 kilos over the top, which is what he's going to try and do. It's probably the smart call. Certainly the clean's not the issue.
So our youth competitor, who's already broken a world youth record today. This will be his final lift in the clean and jerk. He's got 190 kilos on the bar.
And it would be the standard. It would be a world youth total record. But not quite there today.
No. Well, he's.
Please, 1 more kilo, 191 kilos now.
346 he finishes with.
Yeah.
Egypt, this will be his first attempt.
Well, he's going to get a bronze medal.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It was whether he could punch it out enough that he could stay in contention for a silver, but if Antropov's good for this 195, the Egyptian's dropped down a bit.
Yeah, he's come back down to 191, so he's just been reading the tea leaves and
again, makes sense. I mean, he's got such a big lead, 10 kilos over Antropov. Might just make sure he gets this on the board.
Puts him in the box seat now, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He is now holding down first place in all 3 categories. Goes to the first place in the clean and jerk. First place in the total.
It looks like there's a lot more in the tank.
Well, no, so Antropov's going to come in now, but as you say, he's got a lot of ground to make up, hasn't he, in the from the snatch?
Well, he's got to be 10 kilos, 11 kilos over the top of Ali.
197 kilos down. Antropov still the athlete, 197 kilos. This is his first attempt.
Well, they're obviously confident, the Kazakhstan coaching staff. It's a big opener, 197.
Actually raised his opening lift from 195, so
warm-up must have gone well. So he just missed out in the snatch medals, but if he grabs this, it'll give him a gold medal at this stage. The Egyptian better not get too complacent.
He didn't even take a full squat there, did he?
Well, I think it's a little bit deceptive. I think that's probably his range. Hence, he got into trouble with that third snatch because he couldn't get any lower. But he's tremendously powerful, which he showed when he came out and casually power snatched 150 for his opening attempt in the snatches. So he's going to take 200, which if he misses this, he's going to leave the door open for Antropov. So he really needs this lift. Ali, this has turned out to be a little bit unexpected.
Well, unless he knows something about Antropov that we don't know.
I think he knows that Antropov's got a very good clean and jerk.
Yeah. Well, you see Antropov's gone up 8 kilos there. So
yeah, that's right.
He wants to put him
right under the pump.
Yeah.
Got to sort his hands out. He's done it. It's a good lift. Coaches are happy.
Yeah, 3 white lights. The judges are happy too, which is all that really matters at the end. So pressure now goes back on Antropov.
Yeah, I don't know. He's convincing, but just a little bit of that. You know, he's puffing hard. I think if Antropov can take and stick 205, he now needs 211. Assuming Ali doesn't have much more in the tank. I'm not sure that he does. I mean, the tactic maybe from Ali is take 203 or take 204 and just really make it tough for Antropov.
That would
sacrifice your clean and jerk gold medal, but for the greater good of a overall gold medal.
Yeah, well, he's still only listed as 201. We assume that that'll change at some point, but
he just had the phone ring.
What's going to be too much for Antropov, do you think?
Well, after that 107, I certainly think I mean, it might be right on his limit, but I think 211's doable. I don't know if he's got much more of that. That's what I say. If Ali can go 03, 04, I don't think he's going to. They're going to have a rest. And then they'll throw it up to 205, I think. Oh no. They'll need to get a wriggle on. The change needs to come through. Phone's just rung. So here's the change. He needs to get out onto the platform instead of waiting around here. Oh no, they've thrown it back onto him. I wonder if the Turkish coaching staff a little bit rattled there. Oh, sorry, the Egyptian coaching staff, or whether they ran it that close. But the communication looked like it wasn't quite. You know, athletes getting ready, coaches are making last-minute decisions. If Antropov nails this, it'll put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Well, he'll still trail in the total, but it'll give him the gold in the clean and jerk. He'd be ruining that one, wouldn't he? The 158.
Yeah, that 3 kilos. But as I said, let's see what this looks like. Oh, yeah. Now he's going to see it, mate.
205 kilos. Loaders, please. 205 kilos once again.
So he's gone up to 206. He's going to come back down, is he? Or will he stick with 206?
No, I think it'll 206. Now the decision's now with the Kazakhstan coaches. Do they? Oh, I think they've got to roll the dice. I think they shift him up. They've got to make the Egyptian come out. Because there's no point taking 205 again.
That improves his position. Not at all, does it?
Oh, well, again, it's, possibly the difference. No, here we go. Although the call hasn't changed yet. I don't know why they're moving.
Hopefully we can get a shot of that judges' table out the back. We can see what decisions are being made. There we go.
So something's happened here. Kazakhstan are saying they made the change. So the technical officials there, Ali Yahya from Bahrain and Joe Triolo from the USA, just working out where the card's been signed. So that's what's happening here. They're checking the card to see if the change has happened. So we've got the Kazakhstan coach very animated. Joe saying this is what happened. And Cyrilak Dutman there, who's one of the technical controllers, is trying to piece it all together.
So this would just be about whether the Kazakh coaching staff got that move up in time.
Yeah, so you've got to make, you've got to declare your weight in the first 30 seconds. If you don't do that, in that first 30 seconds, you haven't got any right to make any more changes. So he's missed the lift. The Kazakhstan coach, the first thing he should have done is walked over to the table and just signed off 205.
We've got the 76-kilo women lifting on this exact platform at the 2019 IWF Junior World Championships.
Well, it looks like Ali's going out there now. Looks like he's keen to go out there anyway.
Well, we haven't even got.
206 kilos, please. 206.
So it's been allowed.
So
but
it's gone up to 210. So that's the change.
So that change has been accepted. So that break probably helps Ali a little bit. Gives him a bit more rest.
So Ali from Egypt, after all that to and froing about the weights has been sorted out, he's got 206 kilos on the bar. He's already in first place in the clean and jerk, and total this will extend his lead.
So 211's the call. 211, and in a roundabout way, it's all come down to the last lift.
We've had very few actual successful
Oh, it's been a sea of red.
Clean and jerks here.
So 365, the Egyptian. So 211's been called. So the Kazakhstan coaching staff have got there in the end. It's now up to their athlete to see if he can come home with a wet sail.
So this will give him the overall victory and the clean and jerk victory.
Yeah. If not, he settles with a pair of silvers.
Yep.
So this is what you're after in a weightlifting competition, coming down to the last lift.
Yep. And he's come back a long way after a 5th place finish in the snatch. So
it's all starts with a clean. Oh, good boy.
oh
Yeah. Oh. Oh, no. That right side let him down again.
Oh, he had that for all money on the earth, didn't he? It looked like it was sold. You'd see that front on replay. We might just see what happened.
He never quite locked the right arm out. It's a great clean.
Yeah, he was through that like knife through butter.
So watch this right arm. Just bends a little bit. And then because it never really locks out, 211's a lot of weight.
Yep, he's getting up very high there. So we've reached the tense conclusion here as we see Antropov.
Just a little bit forward. If he just put it a bit more behind his head, I think he gets it. Brave effort.
He looks like he's...
He have a 6th place.
Yeah, he was very impressive today, wasn't he?
Yeah, and only relatively new to the sport. So Jerry Wall there in Samoa continues to do a great job.
Yep. Fantastic program in Samoa. So, of course, we had Pavel Smeja from Poland, who did not register a lift in the snatch, same as Bang from North Korea. Bang, who then pulled out of the clean and jerk.
Ms. Karen Lovendal, Chief Executive
Henry
Officer,
Elder
Fiji
there being
Television,
introduced.
host broadcaster and media partner for the Junior
Karen
World Championship.
Lovendal, Fiji
And
Television.
Mr. Mahmoud Mahmoud, Egypt, IWF Executive Board member.
Mahmoud Mahmoud from Egypt.
First, the medal in the snatch.
He'll get a thrill out of presenting a gold medal here to
Representing Russia,
the Egyptian athlete.
Babayan.
So we've got 5 medalists here again.
Silver medals with 161 kilos, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Afshin Tahari.
So Tahari from the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Gold medalist with 165 kilos, representing Egypt, Ahmed Ashur.
And Ali from Egypt, gold medalist in the snatch. Those medals being presented by Henry Elder from Weightlifting Fiji, an executive board member at Weightlifting Fiji. Seen Henry in his capacity as a coach, so to see briefly there the gold, silver and bronze medalists.
The bronze medalist with a result of 188 kilos, representing the United States of America, Jaden Washington.
He's won that bronze from the B.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's a big effort.
Didn't pick that up.
Washington in the clean and jerk. He's won a bronze medal coming out of the B division.
With a result of 197 kilos, representing Kazakhstan, Artyom Antropov.
It's rough on the Iranian boy. The TO's overlooked that initially.
So Antropov Yeah, well, he knocked Babayan out of third place in that.
Yeah.
200 kilograms, representing Egypt, Ahmed Ashour.
Well,
So Ali accepting his second gold medal for the day in the clean and jerk, and that's the first case we've had in the championships here of an athlete coming from the B division up and winning a gold medal or a medal.
yes, it is, and often doesn't have. Most famous case in 2012 Olympics, Tim, where North Korean Om came from the B session in the 56 kilo class and actually won the gold medal. But,
So the young Russian who got pipped for the bronze in the clean and jerk by Washington, coming out of the B section, but he'd be well pleased with that overall medal, overall bronze medal, 346 kilos, as will Andropov, total of 352. He might just feel like that got away from him a little bit there, Andropov.
Gold medal.
Had a really, really good crack at 211, which would have given him the gold overall.
Ahmed Ashour.
So Ali from Egypt accepting the medal from Mr. Mahmoud Mahoud from Egypt, the IWF Executive Board member. The other medal presenter, Karen Lobendale from Fiji Television Limited, who presented the clean and jerk medals.
Please rise to honor the winner's flag.
And we'll pause for a moment for the national anthem of Egypt.
Congratulations to the medalists.
So applause all round for the overall medalists in the men's 96 kilogram group. Just to briefly recap that, Ahmed Saeed Ashour Ali from Egypt won the gold medal. Silver medal going to Ertom Andropov from Kazakhstan, and in a fantastic performance where he broke a world record in the snatch, Artur Babayan from Russia, still a 16-year-old, takes home the bronze medal. We'll take a short break here before we come back with the final event of the night. That's the women's 76 kilogram A division. That'll get underway at about 6 o'clock Fiji time, so stay tuned for all the action there. You're watching the Junior World Championships coming to you live from Suva in Fiji.